Welcome to another edition of Jay's 5 Cents here on Between the Goalposts. Now, I may be a Tebow apologist, but I do firmly believe that every man, to an extent, has control of his own destiny. So this week, I have 5 pieces of advice for Mr. Tim Tebow. The first being, use your tight ends and dump it off to your running back. No Sean Moreno's energized whenever you're in the game. Give him a bone every now and then. Lean on Julius Thomas when he comes back, Daniel Fells, Virgil Green. That's going to make your job a lot easier and give you some success. 2, psych yourself up early in the game, because it doesn't seem like you fully have the Jets going full blast until you're down by 13 points in the fourth quarter. And by then, as we've seen, it can be too late. So whatever you need to do, get it in your mind that every drive is your last drive alive. 3, you got to get the ball out of your hand quicker. If you have a quick route in the play, use it. I don't care if it's open or not. Just hit the back foot, get the ball out. Most of your problems come when you're hanging out back there trying to make something happen. You gotta more quick throws. 4, tell the media to lay off, both in terms of your supporters and your critics, because all of the fervor around you is not doing you any good. Your supporters think you're better than you are. Your critics think you're worse than you are. I'm sure it's got to be dragging on you to an extent. It's not helping your perception on either side. Stop fueling the fire to an extent and tell people, hey, I don't really fully get what's going on yet, but I'm getting there. I'm not, as dumb as you think I am, but I'm not the savior either. Just let me grow, And finally, you got to learn something. Nice guys finish last. The Broncos are like a girl that you've been courting for a while. You've had 5 good dates with her, and you think things are going pretty well. But you haven't grabbed the bull by the horns yet, and that's what girls these days want. It's not going to be too long before you found that you missed your chance and some tool bag is going to come in your way and swoop her up. If you've ever seen the movie Any Given Sunday, which I'm sure as a football fan you have, recall what Willie Beeman did. He started calling his own plays in the huddle. Al Pacino didn't like this very much, but you got to do what you can do best. If they're calling a play action, sit in the pocket for 7 minutes and wait for Demaryius Thomas to do 8 moves down the field, you know that's not what you do best, so don't do it. Call Red 78 Black Star like Tim Tebow did and do your thing. Remember what Urban Meyer told you, or whatever gets you success. Because as much as I know you probably don't want to hear this, you're going to need to pack your bags. Because come the end of the season, you're not going to be in the future of the Broncos. This isn't what I believe, and I don't think it should be this way, but looking at what Fox and McCoy and Elway have done to you, you're not in the plan. So pack your bags. Because Matt Barkley, the USC quarterback, I'm going to say it here first, will be the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos Game 1 of next year. He's not going to be able to wear the number 7 that he wore at USC, but it's going to happen. Because last week, Stanford played at USC. Stanford being quarterbacked by Andrew Luck, the next John Elway, so he's touted to be. So everybody tuned into that game, including John Elway. And I'm sure they were there to watch Andrew Luck. But what they didn't expect was Matt Barkley to go blow for blow with him for not only regulation, but 3 overtimes and nearly pull the game out if Kiffin doesn't get hosed by the refs. So here's what's going to happen. The Colts or the Dolphins are going to get the first pick Luck. And then the Redskins, I believe, will be slightly worse than the Broncos. They will pick the second best quarterback on the board, Landry Jones out of Oklahoma. Then comes the Broncos' time. In mid to late top 10, they will select Matt Barkley out of USC, and then they will field offers for Tebow for a trade, but if, someone might not want him. So if they aren't able to trade him, they will ask him to change positions, and Tim, stop being the nice guy. When they ask you to change positions, say, thank you for the offer, I decline, I'm going to be a quarterback, please let me go play somewhere where I can do that. So, sorry Tim, but that's the tough news. Take it or leave it. And that's all we have for you this week.